Well, Tony, it's just been confirmed that there won't be any Football League matches until at least the 3rd of April. Can you just tell us when you found out about the announcement and what was your reaction to the announcement from the Football League?
Well, like everybody else, I had found out 11 o'clock this morning. Players were warming up, training had started, but I was conscious of an announcement being made at 11 o'clock, so my secretary was watching all the announcements, and she phoned me at 11 just before the warm-up finished, and we were going to get on with the preparation for Bristol City, and that it had broken that all EFL games were going to be postponed till either April the 3rd or April the 4th. But so we changed our training plan. We didn't have to prepare for Bristol. We just got a sweat on, really, got them playing football and made it pretty light-hearted, and then got them in. The club doctor officially had a in-house meeting with everybody in the building today, just giving guidelines and how he sees the situation, and then I sent them off for the weekend. I'll be back in touch with everybody on Monday, letting them know what the next plan of action is. Of course, if the season is going to start again on April the 3rd or April the 4th, then we need to be training at some stage. We can't just turn up and think we're ready to play a football match. So it'll be ongoing. Every few days I'll be in contact with the team and letting them know whether we're in training or whether we need a few more days off. And everybody who has symptoms needs to inform the club and myself or the doctor or the authorities in the club, the hierarchy, and we will deal with each independent case as it comes along, and we will abide by what the AFL tell us moving forward, because what was yesterday's news is now different today, and no doubt tomorrow's news might be different as well. So we're all living a little bit day to day at the moment, but we do have to plan for the next football match in early April.
Do you think having this period without the games now is better than having the games behind closed doors?
Yeah, I think, I'm not sure that what's happened in football this morning, of course, and last night, was that a football manager, a very high-profile football manager in the Premier League, is now apparently got coronavirus, and then some pretty significant footballers have now got coronavirus. And when is a team expected to play without its head coach, its star players? How many players have to be ill before you can postpone a game? I don't know the answer to that, of course. That's not my calling, but I think it's a knock-on effect. If you've got managers and you've got players self-isolating, I think it's important that it's telling the football world that people's health, public health, is more important than a football match. And whilst it's frustrating, closed doors is not ideal. I sat and watched the Champions League games behind closed doors, and Europa League this week behind closed doors. It's really not a spectacle to watch. In fact, I've never turned football off, and yet I was flicking like I wasn't really bothered because there was no atmosphere in the stadiums, the games I was watching, and that's not ideal for players. Obviously, some fans will have never missed a match for 20 years, and let's wait and see. It's a really difficult one. I don't think the authorities know. They're taking it by day to day. They're listening to the government. They're listening to the health authorities, and I think we're all playing it day at a time at the moment, and which is what we are trying to do. We are planning for early April, next game. Team have to continue to train, of course. If anybody shows signs of illness, they will self-isolate and stay away from the building. But that might incubation periods and stuff. They might have been training for 3 or 4 days with the rest of the players, and so it might turn into not just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 players, and all of a sudden you've got a situation where you're probably unlikely that you're going to be able to put a team out early April. Let's wait and see how it all goes. So this moment, live day to day on the situation.
And would your preference still be, as we sit here now, to finish the current campaign?
I think everybody would like to finish the current campaign. It doesn't even bear thinking about, really, of finishing a season without finishing the season, if that makes sense. Just some amazing situations. If you're a Leeds United player, member of staff, supporter, sitting today, or West Bromwich Albion, or even Norwich, at Liverpool, goodness me, 30 years. And I don't know. It doesn't bear thinking, really. I think we have to get the season finished. I think I don't know how long. I heard today that this virus might. Experts are saying that it might peak in early June. Wow. March, April, May, June, and then we try and finish the next 9 games in a 6-week period. June, July, middle of July. Are we still playing football in the middle of July just to get the season finished? I'm not sure of the calendar, and I'm sitting here thankful that I don't have to make them decisions. I've seen that some countries have just curtailed the season, finished it now where it is. I'm not sure that's right or how that works. As I suggested, some teams there, if you're sitting top of a table ready for promotion and just about touching it and it gets pulled away from you, that's a really, really difficult thing. And as I say, it's not worth thinking about Liverpool 30 years waiting for a Premier League title, and they need two wins after a season of unbelievable consistency. They have to play the games, they have to find a way to play the games, and let's wait and see how it pans over the next few weeks.
Just the final one on that message to the players about keeping themselves as prepared as they can be and away from this. Is that just the same messages that are being reinforced to the public at the moment?
Yeah, I think so, and that's all we can do really. The doctor had a quarter of an hour, 20-minute chat to everybody in the building today. A few questions came back at him. It was very helpful. I think he's saying business as usual. You have to live your lives, go about your lives, but have an awareness, have a consciousness. Wash your hands. Be careful of being in public places where everybody's touching the same surfaces. And at this moment, but other than that, I think the team, if there's nobody showing symptoms, we should be coming in and training and getting fit and staying fit and getting ready for the next game. But there is a balance, of course, in that, and anybody with any symptoms needs to self-isolate away from the team.